Hi, this is Ryan Lawler from TechCrunch TV. We're in the Diamond Heights neighborhood of San Francisco. Today we're going to visit a local startup called Goldbelly, which is an e-commerce site which finds gourmet food from across the country and ships it to your doorstep.
Hey,
how's it going?
How you doing?
Hey,
Welcome.
nice to meet you. Nice to see your
definitely.
space.
I hope you're hungry.
Yeah, this is crazy. So this is basically just like a house.
Yeah.
Like what's this about? Tell me a little bit about how you ended up in this space.
So we were in Y Combinator in the winter class, and we actually all took the suggestion of living together in Sunnyvale in a house, and the experience was great. We were working hard, but we also had a good time because we're all pretty close. So we said, let's continue it.
So looking around, you've got all sorts of just boxes of food like lying around. When I showed up earlier, there's just 3 boxes sitting out there with, a Katz's Delicatessen from New York and other stuff. Like, how often does that happen?
Yeah, it happens virtually every day, with the exception of the weekends. And the challenge is we have to pace ourselves because part of our job is to eat these amazing foods, and at the same time, we also have a trainer that comes in and we work out with them to balance it out. But every day that you come around the Goldbelly headquarters, there's food showing up. So
let's take a look at that. Let's head over here into the kitchen, which you say is the most important part of this whole space.
This is the epicenter. They say like in the bedrooms on cribs, like this is where the magic happens.
Okay.
This is where our magic happens. And this is my co-founder, Vanessa. Say hi.
So
sous chef. And sous chef.
So you've got all this stuff lying around. Tell me a little bit about what some of it is.
So let's get into some of the good stuff right here. So I don't know if you've ever been to Texas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So get close to this. This is a Greenberg smoked turkey. It's a family that's been smoking turkeys for like 100 years in Tyler, Texas. And literally, when you open up this bag, you will smell the hickory pits from Hill Country. You get in there.
Oh wow, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, so if you touch it, you won't be able to get the smell off your hands for a little while, but some people like it. Right here are actually deep dish pizzas from Chicago, from the most famous deep dish pizza purveyor, Lou Malnati's.
Cool. And so what's some of the other stuff that you have over here? I saw the fridge earlier. It's entirely stocked. It's crazy.
Yeah, so one of the perks, if you work at Goldbelly, there is unlimited food at all times. So you'll see these are Junior's cheesecakes from Brooklyn, some of Caroline's cakes, which they make these iconic 7-layer cakes from Carolina. And one of the next phases of what we're going to be rolling out is iconic drinks from different places around the country.
We have Jenny's ice cream from Columbus, Ohio. She has super creative flavors like this. It's like cherry lambic sorbet. It has beer and cherry, which is unbelievable.
And you guys know we're from New York. Do you know what these are?
Where are those from? Those
H&H bagels.
Now that we've seen all that, what's back here?
Yeah, so as you know, there's bedrooms and bathrooms and workspaces. And so this is actually one of the bedrooms where anyone is welcome to stay, sometimes multiple folks.
Okay.
And then if you go outside, generally speaking, the weather here for at least half of the day is pretty decent. So it's regular that we work and eat and cook outside. So you can see Vanessa's actually set up right here.
Right.
And if you
got
flip around,
some of the rest of the team.
The Goldbelly tech team. At any time you could come through here and you might see somebody napping, somebody eating, somebody working, and that kind of goes on from anywhere between 8 a.m. and midnight on any given day.
So we're sitting in front of this huge table full of food. Tell me a little bit about how you got all this and why you have so many different types of food. What Goldbelly does, basically.
Yeah, our mission is to find every single spot that has delicious, amazing stuff with a great story, whether it's an iconic place that's been around for 150 years or an artisan upstart that's making amazing booze-filled marshmallows, for example.
Okay, cool. So you basically find this stuff and then you put it on your site and then you connect customers with it. What's the typical shipping time? Like how long does it take for you to order it and then actually get it to show up to your house?
Yeah, so it ranges based on the item, but the general range is like, for example, if you order deep dish pizza today, chances are you'll receive it tomorrow in time for lunch. If you miss the cutoff that day, it could take 2 days to get it.
Right.
And then there's some stuff like cookies or chocolates or pie, which could take 4 or 5 days, but it's far cheaper.
Okay.
So it's kind of a trade-off, like instant gratification for food, generally a little bit of a higher cost, something that takes a little longer, a little bit cheaper.
Okay, so some of this stuff's a lot of it's perishable. Like, how does that work? Like, does it ship in like dry ice, or what's the plan?
Yeah. So there's really 3 ways, and one is just put it in the post office in a nice little box, and it gets to you in 4 or 5 days.
For like cookies or desserts or that.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then the second is like a little refrigerator. So it's a styrofoam cooler with gel packs. And then the third is ice cream is actually one of our top sellers. And it's one of the easiest things to ship. And a matter of fact, most ice cream purveyors actually ship 2-day mail, not overnight. And they just freeze the heck out of it with dry ice. And it comes to you and tastes as good as it would if you got it locally from the shop.
Awesome. And so how many different items do you have? I mean, there's a wide variety here now. How many different things do you have on the site now? And do you have all 50 states yet?
I would say we have about half of the states covered.
Okay.
And one of the goals is definitely to have something from every state. But we do have places like wild salmon from Alaska, macadamia nut pie from Hawaii. It's not just about New York, San Francisco, Chicago, Louisiana as well. New Orleans has great food. But it's every town has a place that's great at doing something that the locals take pride in. We want to know about every one of those local spots and make that accessible, and basically shine a spotlight on people that are doing cool, amazing stuff.
So you were a YC company. Who are your investors right now?
As of relatively recently, we just raised a little more than a $3 million round, led by Intel Capital.
Interesting.
So some really cool investors, obviously, Y Combinator and the crew there, Dave McClure and 500 Startups, Tim Draper. So we're really excited because we have been, grinding and focused on week over week growth, and it's exciting to take a step back and get ready for our next push forward, which is to let everyone in the country and eventually the world know about amazing local delicacies that can reach them wherever they are.
Awesome. Well, hopefully we can actually start eating now, because this is just torture, like sitting here in front of all this food.
Well, you have lobster rolls a few inches away.
Yeah, I know. Thanks for inviting us,
Yeah.
and thanks again for being on the show.
Yeah, anytime.